All right, I happened to see this movie, The Rocco, today, and we actually had to sit in the very front row because it was almost sold out, but better in the front row than no row.
Exactly.
So without any further ado, Rocco Pasafumi is reviewing Wonder.
Yes, indeed. This is a very highly anticipated movie. It was directed by Steven Chbosky and stars Julia Roberts, Owen Wilson, and Jacob Tremblay. It is based on a novel by R.J. Palacio, a New York Times bestseller, and it tells the story of Augie Pullman, played by Tremblay, a boy with facial differences who enters 5th grade and attends a mainstream elementary school for the first time. If this reminds you of any particular movie, the movie that comes to mind instantaneously is the 1985 movie Mask, which starred Eric Stoltz and Cher. It was based on the real true story of Rocky Dennis. This also was loosely based on a true story, and but what I liked about this movie, and I think what made this kind of set apart itself from Mask, is the fact that it wasn't just a story about Augie. It was basically a story about the whole family, and I think in many ways that helped, give this kind of story new wrinkles. I mean, we've seen these kind of movies over the last couple of decades, particularly in the 90s. There was like a whole boom of these types of movies. But the problem with the movies and what happened to them is that they became very, very cookie cutter and very, very kind of, mawkish and treacly and kind of disingenuous. But what I loved about this movie, and Howie and I both loved about this movie, is that everything unfolded very, very genuinely. And all the stories that take place within the course of this movie, everything felt like they connected, they belonged. They had great, the actors were fantastic. We had a very good cast with not only with Tremblay, but with the other actors, with Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson. The parts with them were parent parts, but they were still wonderful. And you really got like a real feel-good sense. Everything in this movie felt earned. Every tug at your emotions that this movie gave you, and you had a lot of that in this movie. Every bit of that felt genuine, and regardless of how the movie was structured, going from one situation to the next. I mean, that was maybe one of the flaws of this movie, was the fact that you never got a sense that it really ended in a kind of really structured way. But that didn't really matter ultimately, because the real aspect of this movie was that the performances shined. It just really created a family drama that really made you feel like it had heart, and you really empathized with everybody in this movie, and everything felt relatable in this movie. And I really predict that this movie is going to get a lot of potential Oscar nominations, including for Best Picture. I really do believe that. And like I said, this gives a family drama a new life, like it hasn't been seen in God knows how long. And this is from, you're talking to a very, very jaded and cynical film critic here who's seen everything, and I'm telling you, this was a fantastic movie, and you better go see this movie. I think you will enjoy this. This is definitely one of the movies of the year and one of the movies of this, holiday season coming up. So I give Wonder 4 out of 5 stars. So thank you very, very much.
All right. Thank you, Rocco. I totally agree. It was an awesome movie.